Today, we are meeting people who put it all on the line and stepped out of their comfort zones to find love. My next guest, Liz Hillard, is one of them. Liz is the author of a candid and deeply personal new essay from the Huffington Post that's making waves. The title of it is, I was married to my husband for 37 years. Then I fell in love with my best friend. In it, she reveals where she found the courage to follow her heart when at age 64, she realized for the first time in her life she had feelings for another woman.
I got married when I was 26 years old, and I met my husband-to-be 8 months before we got married. And we were hot and heavy. But as far as being married, we just weren't very good at it after about, 25 years. Lee came into my life by walking into my studio to work out. For 6 years, from 2012 to around 2018, we're just friends. In my whole life, I've never been attracted to another woman romantically, never in my wildest dreams. In 2018, I was separating from my husband of 37 years, and Lee simultaneously was separating from her husband as well. I was going through a tough day at work one day, and she just threw her arms around me, and she said, I've got your back. And you would have thought somebody literally had shocked me in my heart. This feeling was piercing, and it was terrifying. And all of a sudden, my identity just broke wide open. I'm either going crazy, but I'm definitely not heterosexual.
Liz Hillard is here with us. Oh, wow.
Wow.
I mean, you wrote this essay that caught so much attention, but now hearing you describe it, even you got emotional.
Yeah, it's still emotional. It's still hard to believe that I'm sitting here in this chair talking about a romance that caught me completely off guard, and was it was quite real. I mean, it feels like I was just broken in two, and I really was, and in a good way.
In a good way. You shattered through your shell, if you will, that you'd been living in.
Right, and my business and what I have is this business called Hillard City Method with this big on-the-wall plaque that says "Be powerful."
Yeah.
And I was always asking my clients and my clients to say, "Walk in your own power, own your story, be yourself."
Wow.
And and that's what happened. I mean.
You finally took your own advice.
I finally took my own advice, but it shocked me to my core.
In the article, you said, you joked about it, that it was a recipe for disaster. You wrote, we were not only friends, but women who identified at the time as heterosexual, both going through a divorce. And to really ice the cake, she was my employee and 26 years my junior.
Yeah.
You're just checking off all the boxes of what?
How many ways can you go wrong, right? How many ways can you screw your life up? Not to mention, I mean, I did all the things that people said, no, employee, that's one thing.
Yeah.
Being a woman, I'm a heterosexual woman, right? I had been married for 37 years in a solid relationship that had ended. And so it was everything on paper that looked insane. And so very, very solid reasons I brought up, and I tried to stop it. Yeah. But honestly, if your heart and your gut tries to logistically deal with your mind, you're going to lose on that.
Wow.
You're gonna
Coming
lose.
up, the love of Liz's life, and her partner Lee is here, and she's going to join us after the break. Welcome back, Tam Fam. We are still talking with Liz Hillard, the author of a new Huffington Post essay, Making Waves. The title, I was married to my husband for 37 years, then I fell in love with my best friend. Like all of my guests today, Liz put it all on the line for love when at age 64, she realized for the first time in her life she had feelings for another woman. That woman, Lee Kennelly, is here, and I'm excited for her to tell her version of what happened. Come on out, Lee. Oh my God. Well, welcome. How are you?
I'm great. I'm so happy to be here.
How
Thank
does it
you.
feel to have your story in the Huffington Post and
Well-
everybody talking about your business? And I mean, what does that feel like?
It's exciting, you know? I'm just so in love with Liz and so happy to be here and share. I mean, love is such a beautiful thing, and the world is kind of a crazy place sometimes.
Yeah.
And so to have a partner in my life, I never imagined we would be in this position, but here we are.
You know, Liz was saying, you know, when you look at it on paper, you would think they did what? I mean, employee, an age difference, you know, never identifying as anything other than
Right.
heterosexual. Both of you in relationships where you know, gone different ways, but maybe you needed some me time. You looked at that and you said, I don't care. This is where I'm. What was that like for you?
It actually wasn't difficult.
Really?
Because it felt so right. You know?
What does that feeling feel like when it's so right? Because we hear people say it just felt right. Is it like like almost like an awakening? How did that feel for you?
It did feel like an awakening. Liz brings out confidence in people and kind of finds everybody's magic. And so she helped me just as a friend for so long. Kind of, it sounds trite, but be my best self. And so everything just felt comfortable and normal and as it should.
Yeah, interesting, Liz, because the friendship was there, and I've been in situations in the past where I was like, okay, can I date my friend? You know, you have that chemistry, and then you go, but if it doesn't work out, I'll lose my friend. And that, you know, I've had that, and I think I probably didn't date a couple of friends because of that. I didn't want to lose the friendship.
So true.
I feel like that is the greatest way to have a friendship, to have a love relationship. I mean, because our love relationship is 1,000 times more because we're friends.
Right.
And also being women is a very interesting part about that I never expected.
So what was that like too? I mean, I know you both have family and friends, and so now you're not only now breaking, you know, some of the rules of what you're supposed to do, workplace and age. Now you're also saying, hey guys, I'm not identifying as what I have all these years. What was that?
Well, I think for me personally, I was terrified because I had a business that I built. I had friends that I had that knew me as a heterosexual woman. And so, but I decided, and this is a very courageous thing I did because I was terrified. And she was maybe terrified as well. I can't speak for you, but I had a lot to lose. But at the same time, I thought, am I going to live and own my life, or am I going to continue to live small?
Your ex, you were worried about what your ex thought.
Can I tell you about my ex just for 1 sec?
Yeah.
My ex was and still is our biggest supporter.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
Wow. And I'm sure Lee coming into that fold, that actually, again, confirmed that you were doing the right thing, because not everybody's ex would be okay.
Right.
Right. And we had been friends for so long. I mean, the relationship was already there, and we just were able to take it to the next level.
And so right now you're not married, but you're partners, and you're on this lifelong journey. You have commitment rings.
We do.
Let me tell you, those are some commitment rings. Holy moly. I'm like, diamonds like that, you're in this for a long time. Those are gorgeous.
Yes, and that's the way I feel. I feel like we're in this forever.
Forever.
But, and you know, marriage is just another step that I think needs to be taken by some, maybe not by us. We'll see.
Let me tell you, before we go, I have to die, and I don't like talking about age and all that, because I think your age is whatever you want it to be in your heart and your mind. You look incredible. You're 64 years old.
No, I'm 68.
Wait. She's not 64. You're 68?
Yes, I'm 68.
Ma'am, it's something in the water and I need to drink it. Thank you so much for sharing your journey. I love it. I'm here for it. Keep writing those essays. Keep inspiring people.